Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Roma Theory. Yes, it's been a while, I apologize. I had nightmares with this Wi-Fi connection in these past days. So, yeah, I can feel you guys. No, I'm not retiring. Vibraz343, don't worry, I'm not retiring from YouTube. I will only retire from YouTube after posting a Champions League final vlog or after having posted a football video with Paulo Dybala. That is when I will only consider retirement from YouTube. How is everybody doing? First of all, we're back going. What a game we have. I'm ready. I'm buzzing, but at the same time, I'm a bit worried because, of course, the enthusiasm with Claudio Ranieri does help a bit to calm the storm, but at the same time, it's also important for us to kind of understand that the storm is still present and that, you know, Ranieri isn't a magician. Ranieri doesn't have a magic wand. And of course, he can't pull miracles. So as much as I do expect a reaction and I do expect a change, I'm curious to see how this change will come. In the span of 7 days, we're playing Napoli, Spurs away, and Atalanta at home. I mean, it can't get tougher than this. So I'll be very, very, very interested to see how the team adapts to him in this critical period in which if we don't get points against these teams, we will collapse down further even more. So look, let's speak about the game. Again, I apologize if I've been on and off these past few weeks. You know me, I hate the international breaks. I find them so boring also on a content point of view. There is genuinely nothing to speak about. So I do apologize about that. But we're back going, and we're back going until March. So hit the like, subscribe, 100 likes, and Claudio wins his first game back. Let's do it. You know, if you don't hit it, it might never happen. Also, real quick, before we get into the video, as always, don't forget who sent me this beautiful third kit. Soccer Deal Shops, unbelievable. Of course, we got Paolo on the back. Their Black Friday event has officially begun and it will be available until the 1st of December. So if you're already thinking about Christmas presents, Christmas gifts, you know, my friends, Christmas is behind the doors. It might feel like a bit, but it's gonna fly by. So get your presents ready. If you play Football Kids Secret Santa with your friends, get your football done right now. I will put the link in the description as soon as I finish the video, so make sure to click it once the video is done. And in their Black Friday event, they have a 20% discount on any single purchase. And if your total purchase is more than 50 bucks, shipping will be free, shipping worldwide. It doesn't have to be a Roma kit, it can be whatever you want. It can be an Arsenal kit, it can be a Napoli kit, it can be a Juventus kit, but that's a waste of money. So yeah, spend your money wisely. And these kits are very accurate and absolutely top class. With that being said, I will just put this on the screen or they're gonna get mad at me. Just 2 seconds. Yes, so 20% off, all of that. Black Friday event from November the 20th to December the 1st. So make sure, be quick, you don't have unlimited amount of time. Right, I'm done with the boring stuff, sorry. Okay, let's speak about the game. Where do we start? I say we start with them. Napoli this season are title contenders. It doesn't take a scientific degree to prove to you that Napoli this season are title contenders. It certainly doesn't take me trying to convince you that Napoli this season can win the league. In fact, if you glance at the league table, it literally shows it to you by itself. They are sitting first. Yes, I know the situation up top is a very, very, very tight situation. You've got like 5 teams with 25 points and Napoli with 26 points. So of course they can win the league title. It's ultimately what happens if you get Antonio Conte in the league and in the Italian league. He means business. You know, Antonio Conte in Italy means success. I was saying this back in April, May, when the rumors of Conte joining Napoli were around. Napoli next season are guaranteed going to get top 4, if not winning the league, because Conte puts pressure on the board to get the signings done, number 1. And number 2, you know, he knows this league and he's very good at it. He won this league with Juventus so many times. He won this league with Inter. So Conte knows what to do. Conte means business. He forced signings like Lukaku, of course, we know him very well. McTominay, in my opinion, a very, very good transfer from Man United. They've got the Scottish duo, McTominay-Gilmour, Billy Gilmour, and then who did they buy? Spinazzola. They've reinforced their team. Of course, they sold Osimhen, but cycles end, and Osimhen kind of wanted to leave. And they replaced him with a striker who I kept on defending him when he was a Roma player. A striker who knows how to score goals for fun in this league. And it's exactly what Lukaku is. So he's a clinical striker. And in this league, you can times that clinicality, if that's even a word, times 10. So, let's not hide out. I'm not trying to put my arms in front, I'm really not trying to put my hands in front and saying we don't have a chance, just play the game and let's see another defeat. I'm not trying to do that. Of course, I haven't immediately jumped out of enthusiasm. I am convinced that Ranieri will shift the concentration of the players and most importantly the momentum and the path that we're doing. But I'm also aware that Ranieri isn't a magician. And yes, okay, he pulled the absolute most miracle sporting achievement with Leicester in the Premier League. But that's irrelevant. He's a very good manager, but he isn't a magician. Ranieri doesn't have a magic wand. Appointing Ranieri doesn't mean winning the Europa League or getting top 4 or even winning the Coppa Italia. Appointing Ranieri will mean changing the current situation, but it does not mean guaranteed success. And that's kind of what I want to put out. It's important because a lot of people are enthusiastic and I absolutely love it, but it's very important to keep enthusiasm under brackets of realism. And it's fair to say that Napoli are favourites. Yes, we changed manager. Yes, Ranieri is one of the best managers that has ever coached in this game, but the team stays the same, the problems stay the same, and Napoli are the favourites. And look, I'm going to say it, Napoli are probably going to win this game, and I would not be surprised. That's what I can say about Napoli. Of course, Conte at home this season has only lost one game. Atalanta at home, when Atalanta pulled that absolute masterclass. Lookman, what a player. They certainly lost a bit of friction in these past few games. But Napoli, with the team they've built, from the season that they're coming from, because they're coming from a very similar season to us this season, with Conte on the bench, playing at home, they only lost one game this season at home. I think Napoli, you can't not put Napoli as favourites, you just can't. And that's kind of where we come in, and you ask yourself, how do we approach this game? How we approach this game, first of all, Ranieri in the press conference today said two things. The one thing that he said is that Dybala is still not 100% fit and that Dybala will not be risked on Sunday. That means that Dybala won't start. And as you will see from my predicted 11, Dybala won't start on Sunday. Dybala will be on the bench, but Dybala won't start. And I will also say, despite Ranieri having said that Hummels and all of it, Hummels is ready to play, Hummels will play, and Hummels will 100% play more games than with RANIERI'S. Hummels is coming from a fever, so he's coming from only 2 training sessions with the whole group. Adding on to that, some sources are saying that he is having private family issues and he had to fly to Germany to solve them. Apparently he's going through a divorce. Hummels, in my opinion, will not start on Sunday. He will play more games. Yes, he will, but he won't start. We will see a back 4. But how we approach this game is, I kind of expect a parking the bus. I really do. Not that Ranieri is necessarily focused on parking the bus. Not that Ranieri's ever done that in his career, but I think I kind of see this situation as we've been shit until 7 days ago. You cannot go from being shit to being amazing. You know what I mean? You can't go from conceding 11 goals in between Fiorentina, Verona, and somebody else, I can't remember who, to all of a sudden winning away in Naples against Napoli. You know, that just won't happen. So I do think that a draw, considering the position that we're in the league table, yes, but more importantly, the psychological state that these players have lived this season, I would take a draw. I would take a draw to build on. If getting a draw in Naples means building on it, get a draw in Naples, get a draw in London, and get a draw against Atalanta, and then start winning the games, you know, you kind of have to rebuild the process. You kind of have to rebuild the road. A road won't be built if you don't have concrete, if you don't have a shovel, if you don't have a tractor, if you don't have labor. You know, let's not ask for too much, what I'm saying, because in my opinion, if we ask for too much and say, right, we appointed a new manager, yes, we're ready, let's win in Naples against Napoli who's sitting first in the league, and then we lose, I always say this, you're going to get way more disappointed. And I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think we're going to win. I would be very surprised if we even pull a draw. So it's about, look, right now, it's just about getting back to breathe, because right now, the last few Roma games that we've watched and we've all witnessed, the last thing that was going in that game was breathing. Like, I was about to, overthrow the sofa watching Roma these past games. It's about normalizing the situation. So, approaching this game, I do expect a very defensive side, but again, we're going to concede if we only defend, because we always have those 10-20 minutes of utter deconcentration, and with Napoli's quality, Lukaku, Kvara, David Neres, I love that man. That guy is a very good football player. I don't know why Conte prefers Politano ahead of him. David Neres, I've been a fan of David Neres since that Ajax 2018 Champions League run. Unbelievable player. I believe he got 4 assists in the first 2 league games that he played. They've got quality, and it's about defending, but it's also about attacking. Midfield needs to be spot on. At the end of the day, it's the one-on-one quality which is going to make the difference, and Napoli or better, which is why to win this game you need a miracle. Right. Predicted 11, and then I'll kind of say a few more words and then I'll read some comments. Predicted 11 is this. Dybala's not going to get risked. Dybala won't start. The Ranieri basically foreshadowed this in the press conference. Again, there you can say 1,000 things to Dybala. It's frustrating. I understand the frustration. Because he earns a lot of money and he's our best player. So whenever he's slowed down by even some minor pains, it's a problem for us. And I do understand that. And I'm convinced that Dybala can play more games than he does. It's just that he's scared to worsen the situation, so he misses more games than he should. Dybala's frustrating, but at the same time, always remember that if it wasn't for Dybala in these past 3 seasons, God knows where we would be and where we would have achieved, what we would have achieved. So, Dybala won't be there. Formation, because a lot of people have asked how Ranieri plays. Sky Sports says 4-4-2. Corriere dello Sport says 4-1-4-1. The certainty is that we're going to go back 4-man defense, which is good. Because 3-man defense, these players have rejected a 3-man defense since Mourinho started adopting it back in January 2023. In fact, probably even before that. So, 4-man line, Angelino and Cilic, and Ndika and Mancini. Hummels to come off the bench again. Angelino back in his normal position. Cilic, I'm going to say it again. I'd rather give Buba Sangari a chance or give Abdulhamid a chance. If there's one thing that Ranieri doesn't do is gamble with young players. Ranieri is old school, I trust you, you need to back me kind of manager. So, all of those Roma fans which hate Pellegrini, Cristante and these players, Ranieri's probably the last person you would have wanted for this, because if there's one certainty with Claudio Ranieri is that Cristante and Pellegrini and Mancini will start every single game. So yes, El Shaarawy on On the left flank, Sule. That's a very interesting position because people will say it's too low and therefore too defensive. But then if you put him where Pellegrini is, people will go, it's too offensive, he gets bullied. Juric already tried putting there. That's why try Sule wide. Sule prefers playing wide than centralizing in. So I think Sule's position in that position is very, very interesting to see how he develops in it and how he likes it. Because I think the problem with Sule is that he's been placed in so many different positions that he forgot the position he wants to play in. So getting back to the position on the pitch that Frosinone and Di Francesco used to play on, in the middle I'm going to go Manu and Brian, and up front Dovbyk and Pellegrini. Should have been Dovbyk and Dybala, but it's going to be Dovbyk and Pellegrini. Dybala to come on, and Pellegrini maybe to start wide. Spalletti normally likes starting Pellegrini wide in the Italian national team. I'm not sure if Ranieri is going to do it. Again, I think it's early to speak about what Ranieri can do because, you know, we haven't really seen him. We haven't seen him play with these players yet. So it's kind of throwing fuel to fire here. Like, I don't know what could happen. The one certainty is that there's going to be a 4-man defense. The formation that we're going to use, we have to see what he does in the first game to then analyze future games. Again, I see Ranieri as a manager who changes formation depending on the game rather than those stubborn managers who insist on the same formations every single game, not even taking into consideration the opponents that we face. So, yes, that's my predicted 11. Going back to kind of a final comment, I'm very glad that we're back because, you know, despite the bad period that Roma was making us live, this is like a cocaine addiction. And when Roma doesn't play, days feel so dark. Days feel so boring. So I'm very glad that we're back going. The next 3 games are going to be crucial, difficult, and where the span of concentration needs to be maximized to the utter max. But with that being said, I want to take my chances as I always want to do. Every single time I play a football game, whether it was that Europa League final, whether it was the last game we played with Juric, or the Conference League final, if there's one thing in football that every fan needs to want, is take the chances in a football game. I want to take my chances. If I lose, I want to lose with honor, having said that I tried at my best, but they were better than me because they are sitting first in the league. I don't want to get annihilated. I don't want to get embarrassed. If I lose, I will accept the defeat, but I lose with honor. Same with Thursday against Spurs. Same with any game. I'm very glad that we're back going, and I'm very, very glad, that the next international break is in March. We've got like 4 months to go. It's going to be a roller coaster. And I want to take my chances. Yes, Napoli are better than me. Yes, I will probably lose this game. But let me play. And then we will analyze the game after the game, when it's done. Right, I'm gonna read a few comments and then I'll end it, right? Let's do this. Hey Sima, how's it going? Do you think both Dovbyk and Dybala will be able to start? Dybala won't start. Ranieri basically foreshadowed in the press conference today. He said, I'd rather Dybala sits out 1 game than 1 month. So that effectively means Dybala won't start because he's not fit. And he got back training today partially with the group. I'm just honestly hoping for a draw considering Napoli's form, but I want to see more in the final third. I agree. It's useless to higher expectations to the max. As much as it's fun to do so, it's good to just set them at a pretty understandable and acceptable standard. No, even after a final, don't retire, says Vibres. Mate, we'll never get in a Champions League final. But yeah, no, if we do... Look, I'm going to say it now. The last video on this Roma Theory YouTube channel will be the vlog of a Champions League final. Regardless of the result, whether we win or lose, the last video ever on this YouTube channel will be that. We've got so many videos that I want to do before retirement. I'm young. Let's not put the word retirement around. We can continue on. We can have fun for eternity. We've got, we've got a crossbar challenge with Paulo Dybala to achieve before retirement. You see what I mean? No, but don't worry. What kind of atmosphere are you accepting tomorrow? Well, no Roma fans are allowed to go because of the rivalry. Oh yeah, something that I didn't speak about is the rivalry about this game. Very big rivalry. I'm going to say dangerous rivalry because it's not a good motto to use in football. But yeah, I mean, Napoli-Roma has been in recent times a very brutal game. No residents living in the region of Lazio are allowed to go to Napoli in a away game. So the atmosphere on Sunday will be null because there are going to be no Roma fans there because the away day has been banned for all residents living in the region of Lazio. Roma fans living in Campania can go, but I definitely don't know how many there are. So yeah, there is not going to be an atmosphere because it's a banned away game. I rewatched the highlights of a bunch of Conference Europa League games from the past few years. The drop-off in confidence of Pellegrini from then to now is crazy. Hope he can get back now. Poor homos indeed. Spurs game is most important. Yeah, I'm also going to London, so they better pull off a great game. When am I leaving? Hang on. I think I'm leaving on Wednesday. Yeah. Apparently it's like snowing in London, by the way. I'm not ready for that. Apparently it's like -1 degrees in London these days. Ain't a chance. No, it's going to be fun. I'll take you along. Don't worry. Chilik, my eyes hurt. Pellegrini should be a midfield player instead of a second striker, says Al Leaf. I think Ranieri would put him there, though. Bellissimo Bellale. Zaleski, I agree, fumbles a lot, but he's a very ambitious player in my eyes. He has potential, but he forgets his brain on the bench of the Polish national team. My favorite player is Dybala. Who is your favorite overall player, and who is your favorite AS Roma player? My favorite Roma player is probably Dybala too. Or I like Kone. Favorite overall player, Lamine Yamal probably. I was a very big fan of N'Golo Kante back in his prime, but right now I'd probably go with I don't know, Lamine. Who else? Yeah, Haaland. I like Haaland. Right, I'm going to catch you tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a Ranieri interview reaction tomorrow, press conference reaction. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe to the channel. Please do so if you haven't already. Bring your friends and families. 100 likes and Claudio wins his first game. As always, don't forget, use Soccer Video Shop's Black Friday event. I will put their link as soon as I finish this live stream. Make your purchases. Very, very top quality kits. And thank you again to them for sponsoring this video. And in the Black Friday event, it will last until the 1st of December. So we've got roughly a week. And every purchase, anything will be on a 20% discount. And if your total order will be more than $50, shipping will be free. There's nothing else that they can do. Hit the link. Hang on, like give me 2 minutes as soon as I end this stream and then click the link because I have to put it on. Or just type in soccervideoshop.com. Love you all, take care, enjoy your Friday night. Bye bye. Simo, out.